All right, disclaimer. Um, you may hear television in the background, but I don't own the rights to any of that. That is actually the other patient that's in the room with me. My TV is completely muted. All right, come on in, y'all. Come on in, because this is going to be a. It might be a little longer, but it might be short. Um, okay. For those of you that don't know, I'm in the hospital. I have IVs in both arms. Look at this. I got IVs. Let me show y'all what's going on. I got an IV in this arm. I'm trying to move the camera around. Here's the daggone camera. Is this the camera? No, this is the camera. Okay. The IV in this arm. Y'all see? And then I have one in my hand. And I have a heart monitor as well. So I feel like a science project. I do. I feel like a science project. But all is well, guys. All is well. I wanted to give you a small insight on what it has been like for me for the past couple. Sorry for the technical difficulties, guys. The internet here in the hospital is not really that good, but I'll try to move on. Um, this is my first ever experience being hospitalized. And let me tell you, it was not a pleasant experience for me because I was afraid. I was so scared. I'm a big baby. I'm a big baby. I'm willing to admit that. I will cry at the drop of a hat. Now, my husband Joseph, he's a big baby. He like to whine. That's his thing when he gets sick. He whines. I cry. So yeah, this experience in the beginning was not so good. First of all, we got to the hospital and we got to the emergency room, and so Joseph let me off in the front of the emergency room to go park the car. So as he was parking the car, I came into the emergency room. I said, listen, lady said, how can I help you? I said, um, you guys, I need your help. I said, I cannot breathe right now. I said, I need help ASAP. I'm sorry for the technical difficulty again. So, moving on. The lady, she took me behind these big doors, and she told me to sit, and I sat, and she there was like a station of nurses. They call them triage nurses that were stationed in this one room. And she said, no, she said, I'm going to check this guy in. He's having a lot of trouble breathing and he's coughing. So, I sat there. She said, she said, just have a seat. She said, they'll be right with you. They're going to take care of you. So I sat there at the door and she went out and I guess she was doing her thing, checking me in and stuff. So I then said to the nurse, I said, excuse me, ma'am. I said, my sugar is dropping because at the same time that I was having this shortness of breath, my blood sugar was going down. My blood sugar went down to 51, which is very dangerous. I could have went into a coma. Anything could have happened to me. So I said to her, I said, excuse me. I said, my sugar is dropping. And she says, just have a seat, just have a seat, just have a seat. I said, ma'am, my sugar is dropping. I need something to, you know, to regulate my sugar. And she's like, have a seat, have a seat. And then I'm waiting, and then Joseph comes. Joseph calls me. He's like, Tramel, I found a park. I said, okay. He said he was on his way to the emergency room. I said, okay. I said, I'm behind the doors. I said, just come to the door. So I figured when he came to the door, I would be able to open the door for him. No, the door was locked, and I could not open the door for him. So I said to the nurse, I said, listen, I said, that's my husband out there. I can't open the door for him. I said, could you help me? So she was a security guard. She came over and said, well, they're not going to let him come back here until you get a room. And so she came to the door and she said, excuse me, sir. She said, they're not going to let you come back here until he gets a room. And Joseph was like, okay. So, he said, he'll wait. I said, okay, that's fine. I understand procedure. And so they finally came and got me. And they put me in a room. They put me in this room. It was cold. It was dark. And I was scared. My blood sugar was dropping. And I said to the nurse, I said, listen, I said, my blood sugar is dropping. I said, if y'all don't give me something to eat right now, I'm going to pass out. And she was looking like, okay, okay, okay. And so finally, after much time, they finally gave me some orange juice. They gave me some orange juice and some graham crackers. And I was like, okay. So I sat there and I drank the orange juice and I waited because I was waiting to see if it was going to bring my blood sugar up. And it was bringing my blood sugar up, but slowly. Um, so I'm sitting there and I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying to stay relaxed. It's not easy. I want Joseph to come in the room with me. And I said, listen, my husband is out there. I said, could you please tell them to let my husband in? So they said, okay. And I called Joseph. I said, Joseph, I said, they're gonna let you in. Um, I said, you probably have to give it a couple of minutes because what they wanted to do was they wanted to make sure that I didn't have COVID. So they gave me a COVID test while I was there, and that was horrible, horrible. Now I don't know if you guys have ever had a COVID test done. There's two different types of COVID tests that they do. I had no idea of this. Okay, the first COVID test they do, they take the little Q-tip and they swab your nose and they just rub it around your nose. No, honey, that's not the COVID test they gave me. They took a Q-tip, it was long, and they put it down my nose. I was gagging. Oh, I was gagging. And they put it down my nose. That's the COVID test they gave me. So they gave me the COVID test, and they had to wait for the results to come back from that in order for Joseph to come back. I didn't even know that. But anyway, they finally let Joseph in. And they ran some more tests and so on and so forth. And the next thing I know, the doctor comes in. He says, "Well, Mr. McRae, you have pneumonia." I said, "Pneumonia? How did I?" And I'm saying to myself, "How did I get pneumonia?" But they said I had pneumonia, and so they said, "Well, we're gonna have to keep you." And I said, "Okay." I was really at that time, I was really okay with it because I wanted to just get well. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get well. I mean, guys, I was having a hard time. I was having a hard time like walking up the stairs and walking and all that. I was, this had been going on for a couple of days. And Joseph had been saying, "Shamar, go to the hospital. Let's go to the." And I kept on telling him, "No, I'm not going to the hospital. It'll pass. It'll pass." But it didn't do nothing but get worse and worse and worse. I started having shortness of breath, and like walking up the stairs it just like, oh God, it just did so many things to me, exhausted me. So they said they were going to have to keep me, and they gave me a room in the hospital. And so as soon as I got to my room, I was just so relieved because I was just enduring this shortness of breath, and at the same time, I don't know if you ever not been able to breathe, you don't ever want to not be able to breathe. I mean, I was experiencing this shortness of breath to the point where I was like trying to move around, just trying to catch my breath, and it was horrible. It was horrible, guys. It really was. It was really horrible. to experience this. So um, the first night was really bad. It was really bad because I couldn't breathe. They were doing things. They were giving me things, trying to make me breathe and stuff like that. Like right here, you'll see they put me on oxygen, and the oxygen is actually still going. I just don't have it on. But they gave me oxygen to help me breathe, and I pretty much slept through the night. The next morning, I had the headache from hell. Like the headache was terrible. It was horrible. Um, and I kept on telling the nurse. I said, "Nurse, I said I need some extra strength Tylenol." I said because I get these sinus headaches. I keep on getting these sinus headaches, and the only thing that will alleviate them is the extra strength Tylenol. So the lady said, "Okay, well, you have to. I have to get that approved through your doctor." And I said, "Okay." So I'm sitting here, I'm laying here, and still having this shortness of breath, and then on top of that, my head, it feels like a truck just hit me in the head. It feels like I've just been hit in the head with a baseball bat. That's how bad the headache was. And hey, Monica. Hey, Dwayne. What's going on, best friend? And Al Manning. What's going on? But I had to endure it. I had to endure this headache. It was terrible. It was horrible. And I was sitting here and I was crying and I was going through it. Like, you know, God, please let this headache go away. So I kept on pestering the nurses, please, I need Tylenol, I need Tylenol, I need Tylenol. And the more I pestered them, the more they did not give it to me. I was like, why is it so difficult for them to give me this Tylenol? I mean, it's not a Schedule 5 drug, it's an over the counter medication. Why is it so hard for them to give me this Tylenol? So I just got frustrated with the whole thing. I told Joseph, I said, Joseph, when you come up here, could you please bring me some extra strength Tylenol? I said, I got some in my drawer at the house. I said, could you please bring it to me? And he brought it to me. And I was able to take the Tylenol, and the headache, of course, went away. Okay. But it was terrible. I had a nurse. She was so mean to me. It wasn't funny. She was just mean. She just said mean things to me, and I was trying to be diplomatic with all of the staff here because I'm one of those people that feel like you be nice to the people that's taking care of you because you don't never know what they can do to you, or you be nice to the people that's cooking your food because you don't know what they can do to your food. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of person. That's the type of attitude I had. I was trying to be nice to everybody, but this nurse, honey, she was gay. I was ready to pop her. Um, they kept on taking me for all these tests. They took me to get X-rays. They went to the nuclear department and all this other stuff. And guys, they came out with a diagnosis for me and told me that my blood pressure is very high, right? And I'm like, okay, what do we do about it? They need more information about that at the end of this live. I'm going to tell you guys what my diagnosis is. But you know, all in all, the doctors have been very, very nice. For the most part, the nurses have been very, very nice. If I hit my bell, I have a bell here that I hit. If I hit it, the nurses come right away. Um, they have My room is very nice. It's a very nice room. Um, and Everybody's been nice. They even, they check my foot because remember, guys, I told you I have a foot ulcer. They check my foot to make sure that my foot is doing okay. I mean, they've checked everything across the board. They've done. Um, the final diagnosis. What's wrong with me? Okay, let me sit up for this. Okay, this is what's happening. This is what the doctors have said. The doctors have said that I have an issue with high blood pressure. and I have kidney failure. Unfortunately, my kidneys have failed, and I am, as a result of that, hospitalized. Anybody that knows anything about kidney failure, or just in case you don't know about kidney failure, um, when you're diagnosed with kidney failure, anything that happens to you after that is as a result of your kidneys. So my kidney failure has exacerbated my blood pressure to the point where my blood pressure is high, to the point where my diabetes is just not it's out of whack, you know. Um, so the doctors right now are trying to get the correct medication mix for me, in order for me to in order for my blood pressure to not be as bad as it is, in order for me to regulate my blood pressure. Other than that, I'm fine. They tell me that I don't have to go on dialysis. The only thing that with that is that I have to make sure that my diabetes is regulated as it is, and that will alleviate me going on dialysis. Is to make sure that my blood sugar is good and my blood pressure is good. So with that being said, they told me I can't stress. Getting angry and getting upset is bad for me. Also, my eating habits, which are good. There's really nothing wrong with my eating habits because Joseph and I, because Joseph has kidney failure, we are on a balanced diet. So it's really my diet. It really isn't an issue. Um, and that's really it, guys. That's really it. I'm just gonna have to become more proactive and taking care of myself. That's really it. They say I'm going to be in here for a couple of more days. They said it's a possibility that I may be able to go home tomorrow. Um, so as much as I'm not contemplating it. I'm not getting excited about going home tomorrow because I don't know. I don't know if I'm going home tomorrow, but they say that I may be able to go home tomorrow, which would be great because then that would mean I can go to church Sunday, and I'm just happy about that. Um, because something is telling me. And guys, let me tell you, I am a spirit driven person. My spirit talks to me a lot. The spirit talks to me a lot and tells me things about myself. Just like the spirit said, Tremere, you need to go to the hospital. Because Joseph was like, Tremere, you need to go to the hospital. I was like, Joseph, I am not going to no hospital. I was fighting him about going to the hospital. But my spirit said, Tremere, go to the hospital. I'm a very spirit driven person. My spirit talks to me, and then I have that little voice inside of me that speaks to me as well. It says, "Bitch, you better kick your ass to the hospital." Yes. So, um, I am blessed. I feel very, very blessed to have the people in my life that I have in my life, like my mom and my sisters and Joseph, my husband, who has through this whole time just did everything he had to do to make sure that I was okay. From him bringing me coffee, y'all know I had to make him bring me some coffee, right? I said, you better bring me some coffee over here, Joseph. He said, I ain't bringing you no extra large coffee. I said, Joseph, bring me an extra large coffee. He come over here with a large coffee. Oh God, my mom has been calling me like nonstop. My mom has been calling me to make sure that I'm okay, and she's very afraid that I'm in here because I've never been in the hospital before. I've never been hospitalized before, so my mom is very afraid. Um, my sisters have called to make sure that I'm okay. There's been people on Facebook, people on from YouTube. Everybody has been sending me messages, and I want you guys to know. I want you guys to know that I am. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful and so appreciative of all the concerns, of all of the messages, of the words of encouragement telling me to get well. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful, and I feel so blessed. I do. I feel so blessed to not only have people that I know sending me words of encouragement and telling me to get well and things like that, but the most important people, it's just the most important people is the people that don't even know me. Y'all don't even know me. Y'all have never been in my physical presence, and you're sending me these well wishes, and you can't imagine how good that makes me feel. It does. Oh God, let me stop crying and being a big baby. Okay, it makes me feel great to have people in my life. Oh God, you just don't know. I know I look horrible, but it feels so good to have people in your life that care, that like genuinely care about you as a person and what you're going through. Thank you, thank you, I thank you, all of you people. I thank you all for just all that you do. When it comes to the McCraeKingz, it's never been about money. It's never been about status. It's always been about the way you people care for me and my husband. Y'all have always been there for us. Always. And you can't even imagine how much we appreciate that. Okay, I'm gonna get off of here, guys. I'm gonna go because this is a lot for me. It is. It's a lot for me. Oh, this is a lot for me. This is very, very emotionally overwhelming for me. It's not, and believe me, I'm crying tears of happiness. It's overwhelming. It is. It's overwhelming. I am. I'm crying tears of happiness because of you guys. This is the way you make me feel. This is the way y'all make me feel. And oh gosh, that's why it's so important. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, guys. That's why it's so important for us to do a meet and greet because I want to meet you people. I want to meet all of y'all. I would love to meet all you guys. Um, and I always talk about God's plan, and what God's plan is, and if it's in God's plan for us to do a meet and greet with you guys, then it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Um, thank you so much, guys. You don't know what you do. Thank you so much for always being there for us. We appreciate it. Hello.
Hello, may I take your tray?
Yes, I'm sorry, guys. The dietary department is coming to take my food. I just had lunch. Um, but thank you guys for all that you've done. Yes, you can take this.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
I hope you feel better.
I do.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
Oh, y'all, pardon me. I'm trying to get the angle right, and I'm trying to bring myself back together, but every time, oh, oh, Lord have mercy. This is nothing but God. I just want you people that watch us to understand and to know that we love you so much. We love you so much, and we appreciate every single thing that you do, from the messages, from the cash apps, from everything that you do. We appreciate you. Thank you so very much. I'm gonna go because I'm crying and I can't stop crying. And I will talk to you guys soon. Okay? All right. Make sure you walk in love, peace, sunshine, happiness. Keep a smile on your face and always know that God, it ain't nothing but God. It ain't nothing but God and ain't nothing but love. Love will save the day every single time. Remember that. And I'll talk to you guys soon. It's Team McCrae all damn day. Love you guys.